EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Oilers and the Chicago Bears. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. This is Howard on 2nd down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Trubisky on 1st down. He leaves this one for Howard. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Jonathan Hankins in on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A Chicago first down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Trubisky, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Bud Dupree coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. First carry of the ball game now. It's C.J. Anderson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Anderson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
They'll set up to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 62 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
When we drop defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Now Trubisky to throw on second. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to sling this deep down. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And now it's blocked. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Onto the field now come the Bears. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky being chased out left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Powell. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. Run the ball after this.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Flush to his right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Trubisky to throw. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
This will be taken in at the 1. Spinning past him. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now out comes Houston.
Lucky 56. Over. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone! 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 Gone!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and our drive continues here to start quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. This is fielded at the 27. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll begin the drive with Howard. Room to run past midfield. Skirts by him at the 35. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On first, they go right back to Howard. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now it's Trubisky. Able to find Shaheen here. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Lock it, lock it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now it's Trubisky. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
forward, go, go. Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in.
On first and goal, Howard. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Throwing here, Trubisky. Escaping the touchdown, Bears. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Gone, 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 gone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He goes underneath for Anderson. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Gone, gone. Gone, 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 gone.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. They run again on first down. Anderson. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Handoff comes to Anderson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, here we go. 3:19. 3:19.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now back to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll drop the throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Give him 30 yards there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Back to the ground, Anderson. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A dump off to Anderson. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. They give it to Anderson. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
That was a good explosive run right there, and it brings up an interesting little dilemma, doesn't it? 4th and inches, got to decide what they want to do now. Not sure they expected to be in this situation with what they were facing on 3rd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a 1st down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short.
Gun!
They'll run for it. Anderson. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Red, up. Red, up.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go.
They pitch out to Howard. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Bears on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
18.
Now Trubisky dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
4 down. All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They're going to look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain of 31 on third down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Watch it now, Barney.
They run. Anderson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the 3rd quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run. Anderson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. A 6-yard touchdown run. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the 2nd half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the 2nd half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, Trubisky. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Trubisky will throw. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
18.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Sean Davis with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Detroit! No. Check. Patriot! Gone!
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Watch him now, Barney!
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
All right, now, lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Room here to run. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 42. On the toss play, Howard. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this.
Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter.
Gotta go.
Again, it's Howard. And a Haley to run. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On first down, Trubisky out left to Shaheen. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Trubisky with a give to Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Ran, top. 18.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Under pressure, he's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. T.J. Watt in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Over!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
3-19! Detroit! Watching that, Barney!
Looking to throw. Looking deep downfield. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Trubisky to throw on second. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sean Davis with a pick. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Anderson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
They run it again with Anderson. He'll get 3 up to midfield. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They pitch it out to Anderson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 10 more there and another 1st down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run for it with Anderson. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And he knocks it through. And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter down in Arizona. And the Cardinals scoring again. They've got that one in cruise control. A win would be their second on the young season. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit! All right, now, look at 56.
Toss play. This is Anderson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Boswell good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. A little juke. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Here's Trubisky, and they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this. Hey, 18.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Powell. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Leopard! Leopard!
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On 3rd down, it's Anderson. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Houston. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Lock in, lock in.
One last shot for Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. It's Burton. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season, we get into the playoffs. you